Good morning, everyone. You know what I love about the morning as well as evening? In the morning, you can reflect on how you want the day to turn out and plan ahead, even if it does not always work out the way you would like it. Then the evening, you can reflect on your day, what went good, what went bad, and how you can improve it so tomorrow will be a better day. I don't like just to sit around and complain that the day did not go the way I expected it because it usually doesn't. But if the day is better than the previous day, you're making some improvements in yourself. And there's so much lately that I've been really thinking about how we can make some changes, how we can help those that are voiceless, which we need to be their voice. And it's not just in Ohio, it's nationwide. We're getting calls from parents of people in the federal prisons. We got a phone call from a mother that their son is in a Minnesota prison. And it's really sad, but they all have one thing in common. They miss their family member and they want their family member home. And I understand that people need to be held accountable. I have no problem with that. But when you keep them in longer than they should, that's unfair to the family and it's unfair even to the inmate. I understand that crimes may have been committed and victims were hurt, but keeping them in longer than they should will not change the outcome of what happened at the beginning. We need to get these people out young enough that they can work, they can support their family, they can support um, themselves as well, and they can be part of society, pay taxes. Our nation has became the number one nation in locking people up and executions. That is nothing to be proud of. What that means is that our country does not have no reentry programming, no behavior modification programming that these people can take part in to change their behavior. And of course, there are countries worse than ours. Most of the African countries, their prisons are horrible, especially in Nigeria. But then you have other countries that have true rehabilitation, and these folks do not stay in forever. They come home, rejoin their families, and become productive. But the only way a person that's incarcerated actually can change, they can take all the programs in the world, but that's not the whole answer. They need to change their thinking, you know, their ability of doing things the proper way. And believe me, I have enough faith that these people can change. There might be a handful of people that choose not to, and I understand that. And they should not come home if they're not willing to change. But 95% or higher will be home someday and should be home. So we as a society need to grasp these people and encourage them and help them out if we're able to in certain areas. One thing our organization is attempting to do is we would like to buy bus passes for these folks so that they can go look for employment, go to job and family services, go to their doctor, because when they first come out, they have no way of transportation. Along with that, we want to be able to get clothing vouchers and personal hygiene items. Of course, all that costs money. And if you'd like to make a donation towards how we can help these folks, please go to our website, www.fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org, and help us with change. If your church or your organization would like to collect personal hygiene items, that would be awesome. Our address is 1141 Oakwood, Oakwood Avenue, Columbus, Ohio 43206. Our phone number is 614-404-4924. Let's work together. Let's bring people together. That's the only way anything will ever change. Our proposal that was written by Beverly Seymour, our final draft should be here any day now, will find a fair way for those that are bound by the parole board to return back to society. We have a parole board that is not giving people a chance, at least in Ohio and most other states that have the parole board is not giving these folks chances. And I understand, a small amount will reoffend, but most of them that has been down 20, 30, 40 years over their minimums will not reoffend. They want to come home, be productive. They want to spend whatever time they have left with their families, their children. And I think we need to be obligated to work towards that. But it's going to take so many people involved. We have a legislative day coming up where we meet at the State House and talk to legislators about our proposal, um, how the state will save close to $35 million a year if they start paroling people. Remember, those that were sentenced under the old law, which is before 1996, every one of them has to see a parole board, and they're getting older and up in years, and they're costing the state lots of money. But then those that were sentenced after 1996 is called Senate Bill 2, Truth in Sentencing. The only ones that has to see the parole board are lifers. Everybody else has gotten flat time, and they're doing a lot less time than those under the old law. That's how unfair our system really is. Our legislators only want to do what is popular, not what is right. And that's why we have the power to vote people out of office. In a few years, you're going to see more than half the population as convicted felons. It's already getting to be that trend. It's so easy to get yourself a felony, guilty or not. And I've seen too many people set up over the years, people that was not even at the crime that was convicted, just by hearsay, not by fact. And our courts pretty much look at you as being guilty till proven innocent. It's supposed to go the other way around. So let's pull together. Let's reflect on how we can make changes, how we can work together, and how we can go for the change that is much needed and be a safer society. Our number one victim has and always will be no new victims. Again, if you'd like to make a small donation to our organization of any amount, please go to our website, www.fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org. Then also, we do have a fundraiser coming up January 12th from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Whitehall United Methodist Church. It's a corridor auction. If you'd like to have a vendor table, if you have products you want to sell, the tables are $20 or $10 if you make a donation to the auction of one of your products or two. We will have some decent stuff to auction off that day, and it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of getting to know each other. And please come out and support Fair Treatment Reform and Reentry so that we can work towards a change that is needed. But you cannot do that without any type of financial backing. Thank you, folks.